And in sports, Yanga has left for Egypt today for their CAF Confederation second leg tie against Pyramids. Good evening, this is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Khadija Zimbwe. First, the national news. Construction of a temporary bridge connecting Handeni and Kilindi districts in Tanga region built by the Ngerengere Land Force has been completed and vehicles have started to cross over it. The bridge has been constructed after the previous bridge linking the two districts was destroyed by floods following heavy rains last weekend. Tanzania Military Force has directed us to fulfill this task, and today we have completed it. My call to residents is that the military force belongs to them, and the work done here is for you. We urge you to take a good care of this bridge. This bridge has the capacity of carrying 13 tons of weight. This work has been done in 1.5 days due to several shortfalls. It has the capacity of doing this job in just 1 day. However, to some extent, some people could have done this exercise in 3 months. The military force has done a tremendous job on behalf of my fellows from Handeni government. We are grateful for this achievement. Regional Commissioner has also commended the efforts done.
Salamu zenu na kazi mliofanya atafikisha kwa Mheshimiwa Rais. Magufuli safi! Magufuli katujali akutujali.
A heavy rain storm has unroofed and destroyed 72 houses in Kanoge, Line, Katsunga, Kapanda, Ugala and Katambike villages in Nsambo District Council in Katavi region. 5 children sustained injuries during the storm and were taken to Kanoge Health Center for treatment.
The rain started at around 5 a.m. My children were inside and I took them out and we went to another house. People do not have places to live in right now. I call on government stakeholders to come to Kanoge ward and help us, as some residents whose houses have been destroyed due to these rains cannot afford to repair them. Divisions involved in these social issues should start going around and advising people to build stronger houses. Even though a disaster has occurred, if you look at the houses, they were substandard.
Residents from Msolwa Ujamaa village in Kilombero district have told Tanzania National Parks in Udzungwa that 5 residents have disappeared in the reserve area allegedly after they were arrested. Speaking at a meeting attended by Kilombero District Commissioner James Ihuyo, they say that communities living near the conservation area have been facing various challenges which could lead to breach of peace. The District Commissioner responded by directing Kilombero District Police Commander to look into the residents' claims.
Apart from killing 5 people, what is even more saddening is when they find someone near Makaburi collecting firewood. On the way, they catch the person and take them to the hills. As of now, I want the Chief of Police to follow up in-depthly on this and provide us with answers within 7 days. Secondly, I will communicate with the Ministry of Natural Resources because many fingers are being pointed at TANAPA in this area. I believe that the Ministry of Natural Resources and Tourism's policy is to ensure it strengthens relationships with neighbors. Everyone must benefit from the relationship.
Prevention and Combating of Corruption Bureau (PCCB) has arrested 200 leaders from agricultural marketing cooperative societies in Lindi region found to have cheated farmers more than 1 billion shillings they were supposed to have been paid for sesame harvest last season. This was revealed by the acting Director General of PCCB, Brigadier General John Mbungo.
Maendeleo ya utekelezaji wa maagizo ya Mheshimiwa Rais.
Developments in implementation of the President's directive, which he made to the Prevention and Combating of Corruption Bureau on the 15th of October, while in Ruangwa conducting an open meeting with residents of Ruangwa district. Apart from providing sesame farmers with the money they were defrauded by Mirindimo Cooperative Union, he said that all farmers who have not been paid will receive all their money. Through this meeting, the President also directed the PCCB to ensure that 10 cooperatives involved in the theft be dealt with. However, when we started investigating, we realized that it was 31 cooperatives and not 10 that were involved.
Ni vyema sasa ifike wakati tuchague makarani wenye uwezo. Kumekuwa kuna kasumba ya kuchaguana kwa mtoto wa shangazi awe karani, sijui mtoto wa nani awe karani.
Na hatutaki kuingia na wabadhirifu wale waliofanya ubadhirifu kwenye ufuta tukaingia nao kwenye msimu wa korosho. Hiyo haitakubalika.
We do not want to enter into the cashew nut season with the individuals who embezzled during the sisal season. This will not be accepted.
Civil society organizations have said more education is needed on how to elect good leaders who can defend their interests and address their problems as the country heads towards the local government elections on November 24th. This was said in Dar es Salaam during the launch of the voter education exercise for the local government election.
Ni fursa ya wananchi kutafakari ridhaa yao.
It will be an opportunity for people to exercise their right and choose someone to represent them as either a member of parliament, president, local government, chair, etc. It is extremely important for the people to understand that it is they who choose the government, therefore they must understand why it is important to vote. We wish that the process to obtain forms is free and fair, and anyone wishing to contest must be allowed to do so without any inconveniences. Forms must be made available, but we've had of some challenges, such as the office being closed, and some have been sent away because they did not have an introduction letter, amongst others. This is a period whereby there is a lot of competition towards election.
The police force in Mwanza, in collaboration with other security organs, have arrested an Indian national who was found in possession of 50 grams of diamonds hidden in the handles of his bag at Mwanza airport. The Indian national Yogesh Sumatlal Shah was arrested when checking in for a Precision Air flight to Nairobi.
Lakini pia alikuwa na passport, yani hati ya kusafiria namba R9800.
He had a passport with registration number R9800410, checking in at Mwanza airport on his way to Nairobi, Kenya. That was when he was found in possession of diamonds worth $282,898 US, equivalent to 650,980,853 shillings. Some cashew farmers in Tunduru district, Ruvuma region, disrupted a cashew board meeting on the 2019-2020 buying season, which was being chaired by Ruvuma Region Commissioner Kirsten Mdeme, to demand payment for cashew harvested last season. Tanzania Cashew Board has said in the 2019-2020 season, the government will not buy cashew from farmers.
From last year, November 5th, Up to today, we don't know what is going on. So when we heard that the regional commissioner was coming, we decided to come and express our grievances. I ask you to bear with us. Any moment from now, you will be paid what is owed to you. This year, the government will not be buying, but rather a different system will be used.
A 2.7-ton consignment of premature fish worth more than 57 million shillings illegally fished from Nyumba ya Mungu Dam in Mwanga district has been seized at Hedaru Town Summit district. The fish has been distributed to primary and secondary schools, prisons and an orphanage in Summit district by an anti-illegal fishing patrol task force.
It is clear that supervision from the municipal council level is not good, yet these illegal fishermen managed to get through without being caught. The fish has been packed in buckets, weighing at least 2 tons. We received intelligence and managed to catch the culprits, selling the fish to retailers. Some were arrested and others ran away, and those arrested have been taken to Same police station. I ask those dealing in illegal fishing to stop. I'm grateful that the government has brought aid to this school, but will work with other local schools who have boarding students.
And that is the end of national news. International news follows shortly after this break. Welcome back, and in international news. Tanzania in the African Legal Support Facility, which is under African Development Bank, have agreed to prepare a strategy on special training on legal aid at the Director of Public Prosecution's Office, particularly in supervising cases in courts and reconciliation councils in Tanzania and internationally in areas of mining, business and reconciliation with international oil and gas companies.
We have made many changes to laws in the country. In 2017, in the Mineral and Natural Resources Law, as well as conflict resolution, especially in the minerals and natural resources sectors, be conducted in Tanzania. This fund firstly supports these changes and has seen that they are productive ones. Thus, it is ready to collaborate with Tanzania in this plan, which, as I have explained, has been completed and will be taken before their board for approval and then be implemented in the country immediately.
Following the reforms which took place in Tanzania, the facilities in discussions with the government and following the meeting today with the Honorable Minister, we've agreed to accelerate the putting in place a comprehensive program for developing strengthening the capacity of the Attorney General's office in negotiation, particularly of commercial areas, mining, oil and gas, and other issues like international arbitration. The Honorable Minister has shared with me some of the plans of the government, and we are in agreement that those plans, particularly say strengthening international arbitration, are very urgent.
Now, Parliament in Kenya has been commended for translating regulations from English to Kiswahili. The tribute was given by the Speaker of the National Assembly from Tanzania, Job Ndugai, who say that the move will facilitate cooperation between countries in the East African region.
The National Assembly will enhance its commitment by ensuring continuous reforms to address any inherent weaknesses, as well as other policy and legislative challenges. Of course, one of the peculiarities of Kenya is that the term reform is associated only with passing of laws. In fact, the most important reforms are those needed without new laws, but in work practices and procedures. In this regard, I'm extremely delighted at the advances that these committees are made thus far through streamlining of their processes. And the achievements are worth emulating in other government institutions.
Education stakeholders from Africa are meeting in Kampala, Uganda to discuss the state of education on the continent. The agendas of the meeting aim to look for solutions on how African countries can improve on the quality of education as well as on science and research.
As a ministry, we have premised
our strategic development plan on 3 objectives, mainly that everyone receives education without considering social classes. The government has tried to ensure that all services are available throughout Uganda.
And that is the end of international news. Business news follows up next.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
To be rich, I have to be a business person.
It's not an easy road at all.
People need to understand. You must quickly think, how cost effective are you going to be?
Business acts as a way in which it can bridge that gap.
Business Edition will keep you informed on latest developments in the financial sector, extractive industry, tourism, agriculture, energy, construction, and so much more. Meet entrepreneurs who create employment opportunities. Watch Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
Welcome back, and in business news tonight. Keshna farmers in Tandahimba and Newala districts in Mtwara region have agreed to sell cashewnut at new prices between 2,458 and 2,525 shillings a kilo in the 2019-2020 season.
The responsibility of extending the exercise has been left to us, where, for example, at Tandahimba warehouse, we are looking forward to influence them in increasing the price from 2,400 shillings to at least 2,468 shillings. I urge you not to have any fear, although it is obvious that this fear has been generated from the previous season. I remember that it reached a point that we could not understand each other or even do business simply because there was no any research done on the global market.
The government has launched a monitoring data system for international and external audits, which will ensure increased transparency on management of public funds.
The audit report is a key pillar of good financial governance. Thus, the government of Tanzania, through the Ministry of Finance and Planning, has continuously set high priority towards enhancing accountability structures for an efficient and transparent public financial management. Moreover, one of the key objectives of the Ministry of Finance and Planning Strategic Plan 2017-2022 is the improvement of financial and management and accountability.
This system can be accessed by all internal auditors across the entire public sector institutions and other stakeholders who are responsible for financial accountability. Some features can be viewed in this system, which includes individual audit findings and recommendations, progress and status of implementation, internal auditor database showing the number of internal auditors across the public sector, also their qualification.
And the Commissioner General of Tanzania Revenue Authority TRA, Edwin Mhende, has called on employees of revenue authorities from member countries of the East African Community to give more priority to ethical practices and also look for more sources of revenue in order to speed up development in the region.
Kuwa na mikakati shirikishi na ya kivitendo.
Inclusive and practical strategies in coordinating discipline matters are essential amongst our employees at revenue authorities within the East Africa Community. In this 2 days meeting, we shall discuss opportunities and challenges available, as well as looking at illicit revenue flow.
Tutajadili pia hayo.
And that is the end of business news. Sports news follows up next.
Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment of going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's being dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment of going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's being dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Joaquinho, he did lose some length.
Welcome back, and in sports news. Young Africans caravan has left for Egypt today for their CAF Confederation's second leg tie against Pyramids, with hopes of qualifying for the group stage despite losing 2-1 in the first game.
They defeated us here, now it's their turn to be beaten at home. That is what we wish. And the coach has worked on all the mistakes that were done here, and he has already built the team psychologically, mentally and physically, so that they can finish the remaining game in the fixture and, if God wishes, head to the group stage.
Biashara United Football Club has received a 46 million shillings check from Barry Gold Mine, which will be used to pay salaries of the club's players.
I'm telling you, these guys have sponsored us because they have faith on Biashara United. They believe two things in Biashara United. One, Biashara United is the proper representation of all Mar citizens. Secondly, the reason these guys gave us this huge sponsorship is because they know that Biashara United can be among the 4 or 5 best teams in the country.
Bwana Samata finally ended his unimpressive form in front of goal when he found the back of the net in the Genks comeback 2-2 draw with Royal Antwerp in Wednesday's Belgian First Division A game. Here are more details.
The 26-year-old last scored for the blue and white in the Champions League defeat against Red Bull Salzburg on September 17th and halted the goal drought at Luminous Arena. The Tanzania international inspired his side's comeback after Antwerp had raced into the lead through Didier Lamkelze and Ivo Rodriguez. Samata, who was afforded his 12th league appearance this season, had the deficit in the 68th minute of the encounter after he was set up by Brian Heinen. The visitors were reduced to 10 men in the 82nd minute after Rodriguez received his second yellow card and was subsequently sent off by referee Wesley Allen.
And Liverpool and the English Football League believe the impasse over the fixture congestion surrounding the club's Carabao Cup quarter-final at Aston Villa can be resolved by moving the tie back to 8 January, though they acknowledge such a switch could have an impact on the FA Cup third round a few days earlier.
Jurgen Klopp suggested after the dramatic win against Arsenal that Liverpool might pull out of the Carabao Cup if a suitable date could not be arranged, because the original scheduling for the quarter-final clashed with Club World Cup commitments in Qatar between 18th and 21st of December. Both sides accept the Vale game cannot be played on the original date, but with the midweek calendar full until the end of the year, the first viable opportunity is the January slot earmarked for the first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-finals. Meanwhile, the two EFL teams left in the Carabao Cup were richly rewarded in Thursday's quarter-final draw, with League 2 Colchester United to face Manchester United at Old Trafford and Oxford United of League 1 at home to Manchester City. Oxford, who won the League Cup in 1986, will aim to become the first team to defeat City in the competition since Manchester United in October 2016, Pep Guardiola team having won the tournament over the past 2 seasons. Colchester have played United twice in Cups in 1979 and 1983 and lost on both occasions. They are 9th in League 2, but may recall how United were taken to a shootout by League 1 Rochdale at Old Trafford in the 3rd round.
And that sports item ends our news bulletin for tonight. My name is Khadija Zimbwe. Thank you for watching and good night.
ITV Tanzania. Cha kufanya, ingia YouTube, halafu tafuta chaneli yetu ITV Tanzania. Usisahau kubonyeza subscribe ili uweze kuunganishwa nasi kwa taarifa zetu zote. Kumbuka pia kuruhusu notification ili ujulishwe kila wakati tunapoweka taarifa mpya. ITV Tanzania, njia pekee ya kuhakikisha hupitwi na habari.
In Tanzania, we have an amazing array of places we call home. But when it comes to interior designing, decorations, and gardening, we don't make the most of the spaces. On The Decor, you learn about designs, styles, functions, elegance, and traditions by being inspired from the best in the field to transform your spaces and create more memories. On Saturday at 7:30 p.m.
Well, CapChat viewers, karibuni sana kwenye kipindi ambacho mnakipenda kabisa cha CapChat, nyinyi watazamaji wa Capital TV, ambako tunakuwa tunazungumza mambo mbalimbali yaliyotokea wiki nzima ama juma zima. The whole week we take several things of different types. Hatuangalii mambo ya aina moja, sio entertainment peke yake, sio mambo ya furaha peke yake. Tunaangalia mambo mbalimbali ambayo yamepita kwenye wiki nzima, afu tunayazungumzia, alafu baadaye hapo tunakuwa na main topic na wewe